Hello, my beautiful humans. My name is Paul McFadden, and I am the founder of Evolve Human Potential and also the host of the Becoming Human 2.0 Unscripted podcast. And what I wanted to do was share with you why the podcast, why it was created, the mission, the movement, and the tribe. First, why the podcast was created. The intention behind this podcast was to create a space for organic and unscripted conversations, much like I'm doing here, to talk about things like consciousness, conscious-based living, quantum physics, quantum theory, neuroscience, resilience, meditation, personal mastery, leadership mastery, stoicism, ancient civilization, ancient rites, holistic medicine, longevity, vitality, health, self-actualization, self-transcendence, enlightenment, something I call practical enlightenment and human alchemy, which is about understanding the 5 pillars of well-being, which are emotional well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being, spiritual well-being, and ethereal well-being. I wanted to have a conversation that, unlike some of the conversations we have behind the closed doors in many of our communities, I was longing to have deep, authentic, real, raw conversations. And I wanted to do that in a manner where we could go deep, truly authentic. But also, I wanted to have connection, relationships. Like many people that I've spoken to, we crave connection, and it appears as though over the last 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, we have slowly lost the art of connection when it comes to human society. And I wanted to show people how to connect with someone you've never met before and go deeper than just the surface, tell me about you, where you're from, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, those are part of the conversation. However, I wanted to have meaningful conversations that have an impact not only on our lives as individuals, but also on our lives as humanity or humankind. The mission is very simple. I said back in November that it appeared to me that many people were either looking for someone or something to change the world for them. But I think it would better serve us if we went inward and started looking at the world within, because the world without is a direct reflection of the world within. And if we can learn how to navigate the anxiety, the chaos, the inequity, the despair that we're feeling and experiencing on the inside, we would show up differently to the world on the outside and can truly become the architects of our lives. Now, where this came from is looking at the human experience and how we evolve. This stems back to ancient society, ancient wisdom, if you will, looking at the art and science of alchemy, which is the transformation of metals using the elements fire, water, earth, air, ether. But I wanted to take that a little bit further and start looking at spiritual transformation or the spiritual renaissance. Sometimes I call it the spiritual alchemy, where there is a focus and a connection to heart, mind, body, soul, God, Allah, Iowa, Mother Earth, universe, higher power, supreme architect of the universe, consciousness. However you want to refer to that higher power, that inner being within all of us that we want to connect with. So I see spirituality as more than just religion. It's how we connect to our higher self. And that it could include religion, it could include contemplative practice, it could include alternative practice, it could include a little bit of science. However, I wanted to take ancient and spiritual out of the ether, because how do you impact the heart, the mind, the body, the soul, your connection to the higher power? Looking at modern science and looking at wellness, well-being, and care, and thinking about how we have imbalances in our society, it became apparent that we needed to focus on emotional well-being to balance the heart, mental well-being to balance the mind, physical well-being to balance the body, spiritual well-being to balance the soul, and ethereal well-being to balance our connection to the higher power. This movement that I've started, Becoming Human 2.0, is in many respects similar but different than the transhumanism movement. See, transhumanism would like us to connect or integrate technology with our biological vessel. And in some respects, that is exciting. And in some respects, that is concerning. Because from a medical perspective, technology is a breakthrough that we've all been waiting for to help heal humanity and increase our longevity. However, when you take that to the extreme, that can be really interesting for human beings. And the integration of technology inside of the biological vessel could, in many ways, spark a synthetic evolution, not a natural evolution, before we're able, as human beings, to determine the full potential that we have available to us. There's so much in the spectrum of frequencies and energy that we have yet to tap into as human beings. Yet, technology has made it easier and easier to function in our life. My mission, my goal, my passion, my calling is to awaken spirit in others, to build relationships, to make connections between disparate information, to break molds, and to bring joy. That is my passion. That is what I'm called to do. And the mission of the movement is to help everyone discover who they are, awaken to their full potential, and evolve their experience, their well-being, find balance emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and consciously, so they can become the architects of their experience and create the life they've always desired. The tribe, the incubator, creates the platform, the space, the community container to allow those discussions to happen, to allow that learning to happen, to allow that awareness to happen, to allow that awakening to happen, and provide the support and accountability to help with the evolution process. Join me not only in this podcast, but in a movement, Becoming Human 2.0. I can't wait to discover, awaken, and evolve together. Welcome to Unscripted.